like we've been walking in circles. Max, are you sure that this is the right way to the next town?
Yes. Now we just make a turn here.
That's the exact same tree we passed by a little while ago.
Max, we are walking in circles.
Sorry. We must be just a tiny bit lost.
What now? How do we know which way to go?
Hey, I have an idea. See that mountain ahead? If we climb it, we can probably see the whole area and which way to the next town.
I bet it has an incredible view.
Great idea, Ash. Let's get going.
Hey, May, race you to the top.
You're on.
Pikachu!
All right.
You gotta come see this. This is so cool.
Look, and now we can see which way to the town.
All right. See? Everything turned out okay. Come on, I can lead us that way now.
And it's such a beautiful day. Only one cloud in the sky.
Pika!
Whoa, never mind that beautiful day.
Let's get going.
It's really coming down.
I'm getting soaked.
Let's take cover under that ledge. Come on.
Great. Now what do? We can't go anywhere in all this rain.
Oh, the mud is even slipping in the mud.
Wow, what a day.
That's true. We got one good story to tell.
Why don't we use the Poképilot to contact Lex while we wait?
Good thinking. Hi, Lex.
Hey, what's up?
We were lost, and now we're stuck in this mountain, and it's raining so hard, and...
Whoa, slow down.
I just don't know where to begin.
Well, you got a great story to tell me, right? Telling a story is a lot like climbing a mountain. There are 3 main elements of a story: the setup, the climax, and the resolution.
Whoa, cool. The story really does look like a mountain.
A mountain you're stuck on. So let's start this story. What happened?
Well, it started raining really hard.
But wait, what about my challenge to race?
Those both sound like important parts to your story. Now, when telling it, start at the beginning, at the base of the mountain, and go through the order of events in which the story happened. Follow the plot.
Sort of like a timeline?
Yeah, that's the sequence of events, a timeline of your storyline or plot. That way it'll make the most sense to your listener or reader.
What kind of things should I include in the sequence of events?
Well, events are things that happen in the plot that are important in telling your story.
There are lots of things you can tell in a story that are important.
Yep, and telling your story in order will help it make sense to whomever you're telling it to. So, first things first, tell me your story from the setup.
Okay, it all began with Ash, Brock, Max, Pikachu, and me.
Great. Your setup introduces the main characters in the story who will play a part. Now, where your story takes place, that's called the setting. So, where are you?
Well, we started at the bottom of this big mountain, but now we're at the top.
What a setting. That must be some view.
It is. We can see all the way to the next town. I should have told you about it first.
But you have to start with your characters, right?
Actually, you could start by describing your characters, your setting, or the purpose in the plot. And that purpose, or the way the story situation got started, is the motive. How did you all get up the mountain? What made you do it? That's the motive. Stories need motivation, a purpose, a reason for doing what they're doing. And the better the motivation of the characters, the better the plot of the story. After all, that's where the action begins.
And that leads up to the peak, right?
Right. The action rises up until your story reaches the climax, the big action part where the plot is hot.
Action like big chases and gym battles and...
Yeah, sure, that's action. But sometimes action can be a character changing their mind or the world around them. Your climax can be a change in feelings or a change in the situation.
Really?
Sure, if it's important to the story, just keep it interesting.
But how do I know if it's interesting?
You keep your plot moving. Make sure there's a change in your character's situation from the setup to the resolution. Something's gotta happen, and that's your climax.
So then, how do you get to the ending?
After the climax, action should move toward answering the questions raised in your story, and that will lead you to the resolution. Why don't you map out your story on the mountain? Then maybe you can find that resolution. Drag and drop the elements of a story to when they take place on the story mountain.
Now, let's figure out where our story fits in on this mountain.
Can you tell me the motivation for climbing the mountain? Awesome! They needed a view from the top. Great! What's the peak of the action in your story? Click on the 3 icons that describe the climax. Right! The situation has changed in a big way. Yeah! That's the height of the action, all right.
Okay, so it looks like all we need now is our ending to this story. What do you think?
Click on what you think they need to do now to follow the story mountain. They should wait until the rain stops and then travel down the mountain. Right. The story needs to come to the resolution. How the climax or conflict is resolved is the end of the story. How can you get down this story mountain?
Hey, the rain finally stopped.
Finally.
Okay, let's get going. Now we know our way to the next town is that way.
Hey, look! Over there! It's Team Rocket!
What are they?
Hey, where's...
Pikachu! Oh no, they got Pikachu!
Now what are we going to do?
Now that it stopped raining, maybe we can catch up to them.
How? We'll never catch up in time, and they're getting further away.
Well, I could take a guess which way.
Like before? Maybe another option would get us a better ending.
I know! I'll use my Swallow to follow them! Swallow, go! Swallow! Swallow! Swallow will come back and lead us in the direction to Team Rocket and Pikachu.
Great idea!
Okay, here comes Swallow. Let's go! Follow Swallow!
But what if Team Rocket saw Swallow and knows that we're coming?
You're right. They could set a trap.
This time, we're going to need your advice. Put the events of this story in the sequence of events. Then, you'll tell us what to do once we get to Team Rocket.
Team Rocket has Pikachu. They decide to get going toward the next town. Ash releases his Swallow to follow Team Rocket to Pikachu. They rush off in the direction Swallow leads them. They wonder if Team Rocket will set a trap. They spot Team Rocket in their balloon. Brock, May, Ash, Max, and Pikachu are on the ledge of the mountain. It finally stops raining.
Click and drag these pictures into the sequence of events on the mountain.
They spot Team Rocket in their balloon.
Awesome!
Ash releases his Swallow to follow Team Rocket to Pikachu.
You got it.
It finally stops raining.
Good job.
Yeah!
Team Rocket has Pikachu.
Awesome!
Brock, May, Ash, Max, and Pikachu are on the ledge of the mountain.
Good job.
Ash releases his Swellow to follow Team Rocket to Pikachu.
You got it.
They wonder if Team Rocket will set a trap.
Awesome!
They decide to get going toward the next town.
Yeah!
You did it. That's our story, so far.
But it needs an ending. How should we rescue Pikachu? You pick the action that will lead toward our resolution. All right! You want it, you got it. Okay, Swellow has led us almost all the way. Team Rocket should be just beyond this turn.
Now I just need to swing in and get Pikachu. Here goes nothing. Gotcha!
Pikachu!
Hey, you twipes! Leave the rope!
All right! You want it, you got it. Okay, Swellow has led us almost all the way. Team Rocket should be just beyond this turn. Okay, let's get him. Gotcha! Look at this.
Choo, Pikachu!
Hey, you twipes!
Wait!
We should have figured Team Rocket wouldn't be able to follow through with one of their plans.
Choo!
Serves them right to get stuck in a tree.
That's what I call a happy ending.
Hey, and you know what? We're still on the right path to the next town.
Now that we've had a good resolution, we can finally get back on the road in the right direction.
Uh-oh. Or maybe this is the beginning of another story.
Let's get out of here.
Well, that was why they climbed it so fast. But what really started it all? Yeah, the storm motivated them to want to get down the mountain, but they were already at the top. Why did they climb up it? Try again. Yeah, that happened in the story, but it's part of the setup. What happened to the characters? What problem do they have to solve? Try again. That's it. They're done. They should retell what happened. They should go to sleep and wait for someone else to solve the problem. Try again. What will move this story to the resolution?
Oops, not that one.